So now that you've learned about collect and reduce, and we've also, of course, discussed many different types of intermediate operations like map and filter and flat map and so on, what we're going to do is start taking a look at some examples to illustrate how all these things get applied in practice. And of course, we're going to pick our simple search stream program to use to drive the conversation so we have something tangible you can look at. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to show you how to visualize all these aggregate operations, the intermediate and terminal operations we've discussed, in the context of the simple search stream WordSearcher.printResults method. And we'll talk first about what that does, and then we'll show how to visualize what it does. So this is what print results does. So what print results does is it goes through all the words that we looked up, which were do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, and so on. And it'll go ahead and print out the results. And as you can see here, just a little snippet of the results, starting from the first result, which is do, which is probably Homer Simpson's favorite word. It shows us that the word do appears at indices 128, 138, 148, 199, et cetera, in the lyrics to the do, re, mi song. And then it shows where the word re appears, and it shows where the word mi appears, and so on and so forth. And so that's what the output is. It's this nicely formatted output that indicates where all the various words appear, and then it tells you also what's the max index of all those things. And when we look at this, it's going to illustrate the use of collect and grouping by. So here's kind of a visualization of this. Let's assume, for sake of argument, that we have a list of search results, which will be the words do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, etc. And what we want to do is print them all out along with their indices. So we're first going to convert that list to a sequential stream of search results. So you can see here that we went from list to stream. And then we're going to go ahead and use collect, the terminal operation, in conjunction with the grouping by factory method. And collect, as you hopefully recall by now, triggers all the intermediate operation processing. And then grouping by is this factory method that will make us a map that in this case is going to map the word, the name of the musical note, like do or re or mi or so on, to a list of the results, which is the indices where those things were found in the lyrics. So if you take a look at the visualization here, you can see how we go from a stream of search result objects to a map that consists of values, or a map of that are the keys that are the strings, and then the values of the list of the results. So that's what we end up with when we're done. And you can see visually what that looks like. So we end up with a map of strings and lists of search results. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use the for each method defined on the map, which is essentially an iterable, comes from the iterable interface. And we're going to go ahead and iterate through all the key value pairs in the map, printing each one of them out. And we're going to pass in the print result method reference to do this. Note that the for each method here is the for each method on the map interface, not the stream for each method. And that'll become more clear when we look at the code in just a bit. Print result is, of course, going to have no output. It's just going to have a side effect, which will print the results. And since for each it's not really a terminal operation in the sense that it's not terminating a stream in this case, but it has the same type of semantics. It has a side effect as opposed to returning a value. And the side effect, of course, will be to print out the words and the list of search results in that nicely formatted way we saw at the very beginning of the slides. So that's the end of the visualization of the WordSearcher print results method. What we'll do next, of course, is take a look at the implementation.